Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here and welcome back to another video that is brought to you through the EA Game Changers program. So big thank you to EA for providing me with this code for Nifty Knitting so that I could get these early access looks up for you all. I thought we would take a look at build and buy mode, like the catalog, just before it comes out so you guys can see if it tickles your pickle. I will throw it out there, I'm not a builder and I'm not great at knowing everything about the catalog. It's not like Create a Sim where I can be like, this item reminds me of that item. I'm not that well scrubbed up on build and buy. So let's just get into it and see what we have. So starting off in technically what is build mode, we don't get like any new wallpapers or flooring, which seems a bit bizarre to me. Like I really would have loved to see like a new carpet. I know carpet isn't very popular in The Sims, but I would have loved to see something like that. Does someone want to explain why I just sounded like Moira from Schitt's Creek when I said popular? But we have these doors, which I really like. I'm not gonna do my usual thing and say that they're adorable, even though I just did, but they're super cute. Obviously, I, as a gay, am a big fan because of all these rainbow colors. This kind of like, I guess the swatches that you see pretty much apply to all items within this pack. So if you aren't a fan of like this color palette, it's probably not going to be the best build and buy for you because so many of the items like have these same sorts of colors. It kind of gives me vibes of like bowling night stuff and movie night stuff and what other packs. Like there's some mid-century stuff which reminds me of Tiny Living and Get Famous. All those types of packs kind of have the same vibe around them. So that's kind of what this build and buy reminds me of. But then moving into the actual build mode, obviously we have the 4 rocking chairs. They're all the same rocking chair, it's just that 2 of them have arms and 2 of them don't, and then 2 of them have cushions and 2 of them don't. One thing I will mention about the rocking chairs though as well is the fact that they are giving me flashbacks to the Toddler Stuff ball pit. Like that looks like the same texture that was used on the ball pit. Then we have these little armchairs, which I actually really like. Like I said, definitely a hint of mid-century, and I can see like this looks very similar to bowling night stuff, so I can see it fitting in well with those types of packs. Then we have these 2. Well, this one is a desk and this is like a side table, but there's something really cool about this because these actually like fit together and then you can move them around as one, which is nice because you can sort of like change the colors and then just have it as like one item. It reminds me of in Tiny Living where we had the Murphy bed with the 2 bookshelves on either side and they could fit together as like one big item, or you can like separate them and have them as 2 different ones. This is also a usable desk, which is really nice. I was scared that it wasn't going to be usable, but you can in fact like stick a laptop or a computer on here and your sim will just use it as a desk. Then secondly, we have this desk, which again works as a desk absolutely fine. It's kind of got a like X on the side, which is reminiscent of cats and dogs. I feel like a lot of the cats and dogs furniture had this type of style, and it just looks really nice. I love this color, like on the door, on the sofa and the chairs. Like this deep greeny blue is really nice. I think I'm gonna be using it an awful lot. So that again is a desk that's usable. Then we have this cupboard, which isn't usable. I don't think it works as a bookcase either. I would love to see it work as a bookcase because there are technically books on it. So I was hoping like with the update of obviously if there's books on it, it's a bookshelf, but it doesn't actually work as a bookshelf. And again, it seems really homemade. Like there's different wallpaper in here, which you see a lot of people doing like with these IKEA what are they called? I can't remember, but the cubes from IKEA, I see a lot of people like wallpaper the inside to give them a bit of a change from the usual one. So definitely has a handmade DIY do-it-yourself about it. A crafting trolley, so your pencils, your rulers, your buttons, everything that you need for sewing. These are not interactable, they're just decor items. 2 sofas to match the armchairs. Why did I say 2 sofas? It's 1 sofa, there are just 2 right here. Again, comes in some natural shades. I would like to see like a plain cushion on these 2, kind of like the brown one, and then your more colourful assets. Then we have the little knitting baskets, so you have this one and you also have this one. I'm fairly sure I read in a blog post that this one was going to be like a stay-at-home one and this was going to be portable, but they're both actually portable, so you can live drag them both into your Sims inventory and just have them plant from either of them. And then some little decor items. So we have this little weave, and then we have little yarn balls that I think cats can actually play with, the yarn balls, which is quite cute if you have a cat in your Sims family. And then more clutter items. I'm always a slut for clutter, a slut for the clut. That's gonna get taken out of context so much so, but I really like this. It feels very like university. I just love how like the paints are clipped up on there. I think this could go well in like an artist studio, uni halls, like if you have a creative sim. So it's nice to see that like not all of these things scream knitting at all times. Like obviously you've got some like yarns and stuff, but some of them like could just be strings for like wrapping things, and that ties in with Plopsy, obviously like making your own products and shipping them out. So I do feel like the build and buy mode is quite good for widening from knitting and just like being a general arts and crafts theme, which is obviously arts and crafts is what won the theme vote. Then we have this big board. These are individual, by the way, so they're only 1 square wide. It's just that 2 of them are together here. So you could line them up and make them fit together, or you can just have one individually. Whereas this one is a lot bigger, and this is like, you can't take these apart. I kind of wish you could. I kind of wish it worked like this, where you could like add 2 elements together and like you could just take these memo boards off, because I would love to see these as their own individual assets. Then we have cross stitch, I want to say. So again, even though cross stitching didn't win the vote and knitting did, they're kind of throwing this in here for as a like a little head nod to the cross stitches. There's like a little sea one, there's this robin and a cat, and then there's this one with writing and like a sunset and a little llama on it. Super duper cute, especially for like decorating kids' rooms. I kind of wish that there was a couple of swatches without these big flowers. These flowers are very reminiscent of, I think it's Seasons that has like a stream of these, and they're like paper flowers, but I wish that there was swatches without these. I probably would have got a lot more use out of this decor item. Then we have these shelves right here, which I actually want to test if anything sits up on here. There's a plant that usually like sits up here. These ones. No? I mean, you could always just use move objects on. Let's size it down 1. And then let's lift it up using 9. So you can always use that cheat to kind of get something sat up there. And then we have these little like wall hangers with little crafted flowers on them. I don't think these flowers are real. They look, again, kind of like paper or felt. And these are knitted and strung up on the wall. So definitely a homemade vibe. And then these are the objects that you can actually get in debug and through knitting. So we have these rugs, which I really like these rugs. They are kind of flat, like when it comes to texture, like there's the ribs aren't actually raised or anything, but I do think they look good. You guys know how much of a plant mum I am, so I'm so happy to see all of these plants. They have them for all different wall heights, so no matter if you have tall walls or medium walls or short walls, they have them for each height, and they all come in. So there's this one, which is like this little trio. Then there's this one with the little Echeveria succulent. I think that's an Echeveria. I think that's how you pronounce it as well. And then this one, which is my personal favorite. Again, this color, this like bluey green is just beautiful. I'm so glad that this is like a running color pattern in this pack. And then we have these little poofs, which your Sims can actually sit on. It's not a tiny living where we get an adorable poof and our Sim can't sit on them. They very much can. Then we have some little decor items that your Sims can knit. So we have this massive cactus, which looks a little bit phallic, I'm not gonna lie. And then we have this little llama planter, which I love. Again, the cacti and like the little succulents around here, they're all knitted. Then we have this big penguin, a little octopus, which I love him. He's so cute. I kind of want him in real life. I kind of want my grandma to like ask if she could knit me the octopus or like a little Grimm toy. I would freaking love it. This turtle, I think maybe my favorite thing in the whole pack. This little strawberry shelled turtle toy that it isn't technically a toy, it is just a decoration, whereas this line are toys. So these are toys that your Sims can interact with. You've got the teddy bears, you got the little Grimm dolls, and then you've got Yanni. And then I think this is hidden in debug. I don't really know why, but this is like decorative Yanni. I don't know why that is. I don't know how you get him, like actually playing the game, but he's just not listed. So to get these items, you obviously do have to put bb.show hidden objects once you've turned on testing cheats, because these are all hidden because your Sim has to knit them to unlock them. One thing I will say is it doesn't work like Create a Sim. So if your Sim knits one of them, it doesn't unlock in build and buy mode. Like to have these in your house, all of these items, your Sim has to knit them. So if my Sim were to knit this planter right here, I wouldn't be able to go into the catalog and then buy that because it wouldn't be listed. You can only buy it in show hidden objects. So that's the difference, because obviously in Create a Sim, you can choose to add it to your wardrobe and then it like comes up in Create a Sim. You can't do that in build and buy mode. You can't like add it to your build catalog. So the catalog is a little bit crazy. Everything's sort of listed as its own individual thing rather than being able to pick a color swatch. So I think that would have been nice to have, but I guess that's just how build mode is done. But yeah, all of these items you can buy from the catalog. These items, you can either knit them or you have to put in bb.show hidden objects. I can't believe I forgot this, but there's also the mailbox. So these are the mailboxes that your Sims can knit. And again, these are available through debug and I just love them. They've got rainbow patterns on. Of course I was gonna love them. They have like knitted flowers on. They're so cute. Imagine like your granny Sims just having this in their front garden. Adorable. Let me know what your favorite asset was. What do you think you're going to be using a lot? What do you think you're not going to be using? I think I'm going to get the most use out of this pack when it comes to like kids and teenagers rooms. So yeah, let me know how you guys feel about build and buy mode. Do you think anything is missing? I personally would have loved to see a few more rugs. And I will say the catalog seems really small if you don't like show hidden objects. Let me know how you guys feel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to let me know down below and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye guys.